Madam Chairman, I'm pleased that the Subcommittee on Border Maritime Security is meeting today to discuss protecting the maritime borders, leveraging law enforcement cooperation to enhance security along America's coast, and following what our chairman last year had done, Benny Thompson. As a member of Congress representing a district along the southern border, I've long advocated for strengthening our land borders while facilitating legitimate trade and commerce with our neighbors. That being said, in Texas, as you know, we do have the Gulf of Mexico where the Air Marine is at, the Coast Guard is at, but we also have our local folks also, the sheriff also, Sheriff Garcia from Harris County. Not only the Gulf of Mexico, but in Texas, we also have another body of water, an international body of water called the Rio Grande that serves as the border between the U.S. and Mexico. The Rio Grande and the lakes along the Texas border are some of our great natural resources, but it also presents security challenges for federal, state, local law enforcement. As you know, one of the recent lakes that was brought to national attention was Lake Falcon. And as you know, there's been incidents on the Mexican side with violent incidents involving drug smugglers on the Mexican side of Falcon Lake. And again, the U.S. portion of that lake is in my particular district. I'm a strong supporter of the efforts that the U.S. Customs Border Protection does, and appreciate the work that General Kostenek has been doing to make sure that we have more of the UAV presence and, of course, other assets also. And, of course, the work that the Coast Guard is doing to better secure these waterways. Other than the pulse operations by the Coast Guard, CBP, in particular Border Patrol, it's really the only federal agency that currently patrols the area. And as you know, we've been pushing to have more presence of what General Kostenek and the Air Marine folks have been doing down there, but we'd like to have more of the Coast Guard down there since it's international waters, and I believe there should be a report that should be coming out soon that was mandated, should have been ready in January, but I think it will be done soon. And clearly, I think that's something that we all need to take a look and see what they say at that particular time. We also, as you recall, Madam Chair, and thank you for that hearing that we had with the Coast Guard Commandant Papp at a recent hearing, and we're talking about how we can better secure the border. I am also not only the federal level, but I know at the state level, the Texas Parks and Wildlife works a lot with the Coast Guard, and we appreciate the work that they do. In particular, also, the work that our local law enforcement, and today I know we have a sheriff from the northern part of the United States. It's a pleasure having your sheriff here, and then of course Sheriff Garcia from Harris County was able to join us here today. As a sheriff in a major metropolitan area that includes the Houston Ship Channel, a major center for petrochemical industry, he has a very unique perspective on port and maritime security matters. He also understands the challenges posed by budget cuts and reductions in some of the federal grant programs that local communities like his rely on to assist the federal partners in the Homeland security efforts. Given this limited resources, agencies across the levels of government must do everything possible to make sure that they coordinate operations and avoid duplications of efforts, and make sure that they share the information, the intelligence that's so important to make sure that they go after the bad guys. As I stated at our last hearing, ultimately, whether we are talking about narcotics or undocumented aliens or those who might wish to do us harm, we know that people will take the route that they perceive to offer the best opportunity to enter the country. If we secure the land borders, people would then try to come across the maritime borders and vice versa. I think we saw that in the 80s and 90s where the effort was in the Miami area, and then some of us would say that they're going to be coming down through Mexico. And sure enough, 10 years later, this is what we're facing at this particular time. So therefore, we must take a comprehensive approach to our nation's border, and I thank the witnesses for joining us here today. And again, Madam Chair, I've always said your northern perspective and our southern perspective, I think, gives us a good idea, but at the same time, keeping in mind the maritime area also to cover the United States. So again, thank you, Madam Chair, and I yield back the balance of my time.